This is Dabu7, updated information on Irma. I reported on this before. It looks like now this system has accelerated and is moving west. And as of right now, they're saying it's sped up more than they anticipated. It's gaining more steam. It still does not tell us what kind of track this thing's going to take once it gets to Cuba. And then if you look at Windy, it looks like it's going to hit Cuba, and Cuba's going to have a bad situation on their hands here with this. It's going to hit at full steam as it comes up through here. And I'm going to put this into motion on Windy. Of course, all this stuff can change within 48 hours with the winds and manipulation going on out here. We saw cloud seeding right before Harvey hit Houston, and then it exploded to a Category 4. Why they did that, there's no answers. But if we see similar things like that, we've got to pay attention. Now you can see here, this is going into Friday the 8th. And as I put this out there, I want to say that the most recent updates coming from the Weather Service is stating that this thing's moving faster than anticipated. So the newer models later today could have this thing sped up. Now this is hitting Cuba Friday into Saturday coming up. You're going to see it makes landfall, the eye does, but then it turns from these projections right here when it kicks back out to sea and starts to gain more strength. Right here, and the whole coastline of Cuba is targeted here. You're going to see the Bahamas, the Keys, Miami. They're all going to see this thing creeping up off the coast, but by this projection, it stays off the coast of Florida, which is good for Florida, but I'm thinking it's going to end up being bad news for the Carolinas because it looks like it's just gaining more steam now in those warm waters as it passes Florida. And by this chart, it's showing it land right between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, and then nailing Myrtle Beach, if it takes that path. Everything's subject to change, but right now, this thing looks like it's going to definitely make landfall in the U.S. Florida's going to be affected. There's a run on the stores right now for water, gas, for supplies, for medical kits. And with this thing shifting and picking up energy right now, tomorrow, we could have a way better beat on where this thing's going to go. But at this spot, south of Florida, this is a key spot because if it goes north, well, we know it's going to come up into Florida or on the coastline here. But if it shoots the gap, it could literally get pulled into this direction toward Texas again, something we don't want to see, an area that's, we don't want to see a hurricane, period, but they're obviously reeling from Harvey. And what I really find interesting is this being a driving mechanism that is controlling this, because this new tropical depression, which they have not named that I know of yet, pops up. It serves as a wheel that keeps this thing on us. Without this here, it could pop out. There's a big high up here as well, but it's holding it in place. And it's crazy how it came up out of nowhere right behind it. And without it there, you would think that this thing could easily pull back out if it caught the jet stream up here just right. But that's where it sits. A lot of uncertainty still with it. All I can stress is have a plan out there. I'm going to back out here real quick and show you something very interesting I showed Eric earlier. Here on this world stage. Check this out. There's those two. I'm going to take this to the current map. Check this out over here on the western side. Look at these three huge wheels. One there, one here, one here. All in position. Wanted to point it out. I will continue to update with more information as things change. I'll leave links below. This has been Dabu7. Much love.